Heyo, and welcome to another episode of Advanced Glitch Building. Today I'm going to go over a method of creating slow curves of large floor parts, which can then be built off of in a number of different ways. These are methods that I have personally used in building the hull of boat sections of my airship, as well as the curved towers of my upcoming Citadel build. Knowledge of the wire glitch and reverse wire glitch, as well as the universal adjacency glitch and normal adjacency glitch, are needed for this tutorial. Beyond that, the method itself that I'm going to be going over today is pretty straightforward, so let's just get right into it. There are 4 variations to this method, one for each orientation of the floor light from which we will be adjacency glitching to a large triangle from. Each one results in a different position for the triangle and therefore a different gradient for our curves depending on how we build off of it from there. I will go over the process for each of the 4 techniques. These are pretty basic. There are a lot more that you can do with these, but these are the ones that I think are most necessary for this tutorial. Starting with the slowest curve and working to the sharpest, I will show you each one so you can choose which is right for your project. To start, have a wire end from a center point of a floor extending away from the first floor of the curve in the direction that you want. Have it extending below and away from the first large floor of your curve. Once you have this wire, glitch in your first floor part. Grab any wall part from the build menu. I like to use the short walls. Then reverse wire glitch from the far edge of the floor, pulling and connecting to the center. Next, grab a floor light and place it below. I do this usually to put it in the orientation that I'll be using just as a reminder. Also, it's easy to just go over and duplicate for the purposes of the universal adjacency glitch. For this first setup, we will be facing it away from us like this. Then you can go ahead and return to the menu, grab a large triangle part, store it in your cache, duplicate the floor light from there, then rotate the appropriate position of the floor light and adjacency back to the triangle at the top position of the floor on the side that you want your curve to bend towards. Grab a small floor from the menu, place one here, then reverse wire from the next spot, pulling and connecting the wire to the edge of your large floor. Now you can glitch in your next floor part and get ready to repeat the process, starting by grabbing the wall part and reverse wire glitching from the far edge and pulling to the center of your new floor. This first method is great for a very subtle curve for walls of any type, and the inside edge snap points line up really well with each other, almost seamlessly. But if you want this super slow curve for a floor part, like a pathway, then simply build one floor part to the inside of the curve. This position blends the floor parts on both sides in a rather well manner without having to adjust anything other than that. Alright, next, for a slightly sharper curve that has the floor blend into each other much better, start by grabbing a wire at the end of your starting floor like we did before. Then place a floor light facing to the right. This is the direction we will be using this time. Next, select a large triangle, store it in your cache, then duplicate your floor light. For this setup, we need to place the floor light on the opposite side that we want the curve to bend. So, place it here in the upper position. Then, adjacency glitch to the triangle part. Now we can grab a small floor, place one here, then reverse wire glitch from the next position and pull to the edge of our starting floor. Then glitch in the next floor part and you're ready for the process to begin again. As you can see, the curve is a bit more sharp and the inside edges of the floor line up quite well. For the next and even sharper curve, we'll need our floor light in this orientation. So after we grab our edge point, go ahead and save one here, and we'll return to adjacency glitching it onto the side that we want our curve to bend towards on the inside. Once glitched into the upper position here, grab a small floor again and build from this spot 3 to the left. Then reverse wire from the 4th position, pulling and connecting to the edge of your starting floor. Repeat this process for a curve that is still subtle but also sharp enough to notice only after a few floor placements. They seam together very well on the outside edge, making this ideal for pathways or a sloped wall if done vertically. Lastly, we can glitch our floor light into a position facing down like this. And once we adjacency glitch our large triangle part, grab a small floor again and build up from this position 3 parts, then reverse wire glitch from the 4th, pulling to the edge of your starting floor. Repeating this process gets you a slow curve that is much sharper than the others we've done over so far, and my preferred method for boat holes. Just keep in mind that if you are doing a boat hole, you're going to need the end of it to be perfectly straight. So the last, say, 3 or 4 parts of it, depending on how large of a boat hole you want, will need to be straight and in line with each other instead of having a slow curve, or else when you use the sloped wall caps to build the upside down parts for the boat hull, they won't line up if they're not perfectly straight with each other. So there you go. One method, 4 possibilities, and endless potential for scaffolding for slow curves. Thanks for watching. Like and sub, as you know, you should, if you want to learn more advanced glitch building techniques. Also, watch all my other videos. There's a lot of them and a lot of cool techniques. Add some more tools to your tool belt. Let me know in the comments anything that you'd like to learn to accomplish. If you want to go through all of my builds that I've done so far and you see something that you aren't sure how I accomplished, feel free to just ask and say, hey, how'd you do this? I'll make a tutorial on it. So until next time, have a good one.